friends, it feels so wonderful to be back and talking about all of the things. Finally talking about some anime news. It is going to be awesome. I am ready and I hope you are too. Hello friends, happy Monday. So very excited that you're here. So very excited to be back. My family's feeling better. I am feeling better. Very, very relieved because that was just a very sick week and it was not fun to do after one of my kiddos' birthday. But we have so much to talk about today. I am very excited. I feel like I'm going to be yapping and I told myself like, that's okay. Let's remove a few things so that we can. But let's go ahead and start off with K-Manga. They had 3 different series that they added and I feel bad because last week I actually meant to talk about this one. I had it even in my list of things to talk about, and then I realized going through adding the links that I'm like, we didn't talk about this one, so let's talk about that now. And that is Keepsake Heartache. I love this title. I don't know how well it translates into English or anything. I believe we have this creator a lot of her other work, I think, in English, because I think she did Stroke at Midnight, I think it is, or Kiss at the Stroke of Midnight. But it is about a young woman, well, the blurb says here, a story of loving one and oneself in the moment. And it's about our female lead. She is best friends with 2 guys. They sort of form like their own kind of band. She's very close to both of them. They're in high school and a tragic accident happens where one of the bandmates, one of her best friends, they pass away. And she's really struggling to more or less move on. I don't want to say it so like disrespectfully like that, but she just can't. She's still in that moment and she feels when she has any kind of fun, any kind of happiness that she is ultimately betraying that one best friend that passed away. And the other best friend that is still alive, he goes to high school with her as well, really wants to help her to sing again because she hasn't sang since the other friend passed away. And he's like, come on, let's make a new band. Let's start writing songs. Let's start maybe not performing it publicly, but just together where we sing and have fun like we once did. Not because they have forgotten him, the other best friend, not because he's forgotten him, he's the male lead, but because they want to honor him and just remember him in a way where they are living, I don't know if living life to the fullest is the right way, but we see, without going into spoilers, we do see that the female lead has not been taking care of herself. And I think her taking care of herself and starting to pursue something that she loves and really believed in wanting to be a singer one day is helping her more or less come back to life and be present once again. I was very caught off guard with how emotional this first chapter was. I honestly have wanted to read the other 3 chapters that are available. It doesn't seem to be, I mean, it's ongoing in Japan, but they just upload, I'm assuming, just the first volume. And I am very much looking forward to reading more, but I'm going to make sure that I have tissues on hand because I do feel I teared up reading this first chapter and I feel I definitely will with the other chapters whenever I get to them. Now, I will admit for this next one that they just licensed this week or just mentioned they have on their website now is 1,000 Years Behind the Veil. This is by another very famous mangaka. I know Kodansha has several of their series digitally, physically, some of them digital and physical, and it says based off the blurb, a romantic fantasy period piece about a curse transforms a beautiful young girl into an old woman. I went into this really thinking I'm probably not gonna like it or I'm not gonna click with it. Y'all, I feel I've been sort of almost in a reading slump because of how much I've enjoyed this and I don't have enough points to like read all of, I think there's like 15 chapters. I don't have enough points for that, but that's what I really wanted to read. Now don't get me wrong, I'm loving A Kiss of the Rose. Is it A Kiss of the Rose Princess? I'm loving that one, don't get me wrong. This one has such beautiful, touching family vibes that I truly had no idea it would have these elements. Yes, it's about a young woman who says that she transforms because there is like a saying or lore that in this world for this clan that she's part of, if you go on this mountain on this certain day during the festival at nighttime, and if you're a woman and you're on that mountain, that this spirit will come and basically make you an old, ugly woman. Well, we find out right before this, like we find out about this lore, I'm not really sure if lore is the right word, but we find out about this this, and the eldest daughter of this clan, because this clan, I will say, is very focused on having a bunch of children, and that all the women need to marry into very prestigious households to basically raise the status of this clan. Well, the eldest daughter, she has a child. She has several children, but I think it's like her oldest daughter. She goes out to this mountain during the time she shouldn't be, and so the female lead risked her life to go find her because she was even told by her father that she was going to be the head daughter of the clan. Well, unfortunately, she does become an old woman. She's cast out of her clan. Everybody ridicules her, makes fun of her and everything, but she wants to be a mother so badly, and so she lives up to the rumors in this village she's in that if a child sees her face, that the old woman's going to eat them and whatnot. But come to find out, there's a change that happens, and she actually ends up getting engaged to the male lead, and we see, I'm not sure how much to say there, but a lot of people don't want to marry him because he has children supposedly from a previous marriage or consort. She, though, is just overjoyed for the chance. Her heart, her dream is to be a mother all this time, and he is like, okay, I'm gonna make you a mother, and she's overjoyed. Even when these children don't act nice to her at first, she's like, that's okay. They're starting to know me, and I still love them with my whole heart, and it has been so emotional. I cried in the second chapter. There is, though, some garbage that needs to be taken out, but he's trying to be recycled, and I said, no, we don't recycle here, buddy. You are complete garbage. Just get on out. I really love the comments on K-Manga at times because I'm like, yes, we're all feeling the same thing. Thanks for the validation. So I am really, really loving this. I think if you want some My Happy Marriage vibes, and was it the Ayakashi's Tainted Bride? If you enjoy those stories, I think you might like this one. The plot is different, but I feel like it sort of has the same setup, and it's a similar Cinderella-like story where the male lead, who is sort of scorned by society, but is and does have some kind of magical, I don't know if it's magical ability, but does have some kind of not superpower, but does have a power that is very prestigious ultimately, but people just sort of overlook that and don't like them for XYZ reason. But yeah, if you like those for what I just described, I really, really think that you should try out this one because it's been very good, and I'm very tempted to put it on my physical license wish list. The last K-Manga series that we now have, I haven't tried yet, and that is The Tale of How My Cheap Sister-in-Law Lost It All. It says it's about the story of a major counterattack against a cheap and stingy sister-in-law, and I'm like, wow, what a blurb, what a title. I think the art style looks very interesting here. I didn't try this one because I was trying the other one, and I just got hooked on that, so I'm like, okay, eventually I will come try this one. So if you have tried it, let me know what you thought of it because it does sound very interesting. I think somebody said a refreshingly logical perspective. I'm like, okay, I'm like, you got a point there, buddy. You got a point there. We did have one new manga license, and I'm not really sure what happened. So I did say in last week's video how Aloha Comics did have a new or upcoming manga license. It was gonna be their very first one. I also mentioned I had a link to it where the creator sort of like spoiled or leaked what it was gonna be. It's a 2-volume josei series. We got the news that it was the manga Ever After, and it sounds amazing, but for some reason, Aloha Comics deleted their announcement post, so I'm just gonna share this screenshot that I have that features the graphic that they had, because this is, or was, as you can see, like there's the tweet link, and I've tried going back to it several times because I have pre-ordered volume 1. I looked into this and I'm like, oh my goodness, this sounds amazing. I'm willing to pay the $10 in shipping just to get whatever exclusive bonus that they have, because this publisher, based off their manhwa, has usually, it seems like they come with acrylic stands. And I'm like, okay, I'm not a big standy person, but I know if I love this, I will regret that I did not spend a little bit of extra to decidedly get that. It's about 2 brothers, and they are inspired, I believe, by the Grimm brothers. But I love the question that they have. It says, have you ever wondered what comes after the so-called happily ever after? And I really thought that was such an interesting question to bring up, and it seems it's not an anthology, but it does seem like the chapters aren't necessarily related to each other. It's about these brothers that go to these different fairy tales, and we see, I think one of them that Aloha Comics had on their website that was like a preview, it looked like Snow White, but she's all grown up, and she's talking about the magic mirror being broken. I'm like, what the magic mirror is being broken, and she didn't look like the Snow White that we know and love in the movie, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, and it just seems to be about different fairy tales that they go into. Again, it's only 2 volumes, it is completed, and I'm very, very excited. Again, I'm not really sure what happened, why they deleted it. I've gone since several times to see, because it's on their website, so you can pre-order it right now. The release date, I think they said, was between August and September, I think is what they had. So no like official lock-in, it's releasing on X day, but just a general time frame. I think it's going to be very good. It is hardback. Truly, I hope that I genuinely enjoy it because I'm taking a risk here. I'm taking a chance. I thought it interesting. This is not necessarily, I guess, like a license announcement, but it sort of is. I just happened to see this and a few other things in passing, and I remember wanting to read this. I forget who put it on my radar. I think I found out about it on Discord. It's called The Woebegone Wonder Girl Wants to Be Wicked. When I saw the female heroine, I'm like, I remember you, girl, when I looked into this. It is about a young woman. She looks like her stepsister. I mean, they look, if I remember right, when I looked at the preview a long time ago, they look like they could be twins. That's how similar they are, but obviously they're very different. The female lead seems to be very introverted. She's almost like a genius, I believe, very smart, and keeps to herself, while her stepsister is going all out, is being with a lot of different guys, has a very horrible reputation, including being a villainess. And so when the family gets some kind of notice that, hey, the stepsister has to marry this guy who you know has a bad reputation, their family's like, oh, we don't want this for our real daughter. We instead are going to throw out the female lead to the wolves, and there, hey, you go pretend to be your stepsister, be a villainess, and go marry this guy. But here's the thing. I don't know how bad of this was named Dylan, how bad of this guy is. Says that he's very handsome though, but he offers her a deal, and I quote, it says, act as a villainous wife for 3 years and then they will divorce. Our female lead is like, yes, get me out of this home. I don't care what I have to do. Just take me. I will do it kind of thing. And so begins a villainous-like story. And you guys know I love villainous series, so I definitely will be trying this out. In fact, I'm actually going to go and pre-order this right now because I have not. It says, thank you, Laura. Yes, you're very welcome. And I'm very excited to see where this goes. And then we just have a chance to try it. I really wish it was physical, but I'll definitely give it a shot with this. It was not the only thing I came across though, because the other day, I think it was for last week's video or the week before that, some point here in the past few weeks, I went across Hearts. I was specifically looking for a cover reveal so that I could share it, because I appreciate when they give us cover reveals and they show us the front, the back, and the French flaps. I really appreciate that, but they're in video form and it's very hard to share those when I share them with you guys. So I'm like, I'm just gonna go pull the cover from their website and then I'll just share it like that with you all. When I was looking, I came across an exclusive box set of why Raeliana was at the Duke's mansion. It is volumes 1 and 2, and it says it's the Raeliana version. And I want to tell you some of the things that come with this box set. It says volume 1 and 2 books with luxurious dust jackets, 2 elegant bookmarks, 2 vintage style envelopes, 2 premium letter papers, a specially designed sticker set, a classic wax seal set. Y'all, I was like, oh my goodness, the more I went down the list, the more excited I got, though I will be honest, I want the sticker set. That is what I want. I believe this is $60 in USD. It is a limited edition. I don't think they're going to be selling this on other platforms. I think this is limited to their website, because I do not remember seeing this online, because I'm pretty sure I don't have either of the light novels pre-ordered, but I do know I have them like in my wish list online so that eventually that I can. But knowing that we're having a box set, I really don't know what I'm going to do. I sort of want to see the translation first, because I'm like, $60, I'm like, that is a lot to drop on some light novels, and really the only light novels I've been actively reading, I don't think I have, oh yeah, you can't see them, is My Villains Are Destined to Die. I absolutely love the light novels very much, so that's really been the only, though I guess I do technically have one because I just bought volume 4, and that's the Villainess is the Heroine's biggest fan. I do have that one. I really have enjoyed that one as well. I finally got volume 4. But I feel overall, to say all that I typically just don't buy many light novels, but I am really excited for everything coming in this box set. So I just wanted to share it with you because I don't think I've seen Cross Hearts say anything about it. Again, it's on their website if you want to check it out. And if nothing so far that I've shared about has really caught your eye, well, as of this video going live today, there'll be a few hours from now, Manga Mavericks is reminding like, hey, today. They are having one license announcement today. No, I'm not really sure when or what time they're going to be announcing it, but I think the last one they did around like 3 o'clock because I was on the road at that time. But I cannot wait to see. I really, really hope that it is a shoujo. I'm just excited for everything that they're going to be sharing with us. I do have a cover reveal for one of their shonen series and excited to talk about that. But I will mention I found some Japanese related news. Once again, crazy in passing. In fact, I don't even know how I came across this. So Within the Villainous is a villainous series that is going to be releasing by Kana. It was one of my license wins. I'm very, very excited, overjoyed, cannot wait to read it. I think I already have volume 1 and volume 2 on pre-order, despite that they release next year. That's just how stoked I am for this manga. Well, I was on Amazon Japan. I'm looking up Within the Villainous for whatever reason. I truly don't know why, okay? And I see that there is a new listing that's related to the manga. And I'm like, what? But I'm like, the series is complete. Why do we have a new listing? So I'm going there, let me go to Google Translate, and it's saying an art book. An art book. I actually reached out to a friend of mine like, hey, do you know what this is? I'm not really sure. And she did say it was an art book. And then she sent me a tweet saying here basically is the official announcement. And here it is right here that yes, on my wedding anniversary of all things, that we are getting a Within the Villainous art book. I never imagined. I'm definitely getting it. I'm like, I haven't even read it yet, but just knowing we're getting a Villainous art book, I'm like, done deal. That's it. That's all I need to know. And we also had, I think it's more of like, it says cover illustration unveiled. And I'm not really sure if it's the full cover because it does have the release date on there, but this is the image or the cover illustration that they're sharing. I'm not a huge fan of the black there. Honestly, I would like to be a little bit more colorful, not gonna lie, but I do like how like the illustration with the female lead looks. Yes, it looks amazing. It looks great. I'm very, very excited. I did look though, if you were to order, at least for where I live, if you were to look in on Amazon Japan and put everything in where you're about to check out, with shipping it was like $50. And I said, like that was, so I really gotta think this through. I really do want to get it though. I'm very, very excited for it. I just like Villainous art book. I truly have no doubts I'll enjoy this one because a lot of people have said, if you enjoy, may I ask for one final thing, which I absolutely loved. If you saw my video earlier this year, you saw it was my favorite read of 2025. Very excited that we're getting the physical manga here very soon. I believe it releases in July, like volume 1 does. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. And not only that, shout out to my friend Phantom, because I get a tag the other day. They're like, hey, I think you're interested in this series, and it is a official shop of A Marriage of Lies with the Wolf Prince. I said, oh my goodness, we're having an official like online shop kind of thing for new merch that is there. Shout out to one of my friends because she is helping me get it. In fact, she just ordered it for me. I was so excited, I almost started crying because y'all, I love this series so much. It's one of the series, the only series that I'm actively collecting in Japanese, despite that I've read volume 1. I do have a first impression on this channel and I want to read more, but I'm in limbo. I'm like, do I read more digitally or do I hope and pray that it will get a physical release and I can read ahead that way? To be determined, to be determined. But look at all the amazing merch that we are getting. I'm so excited. I definitely for sure got the standee, the one that's like wider. I mean, I love the male lead, but I'm like, I want both the leads. I asked if I could get 2 buttons. They're gonna be random, but I'm really hoping to get the 2 at the bottom because they're so cute like that. And then I asked for 1 acrylic card because I think I liked all of the acrylic cards when I looked them up closely. I was almost going to get the clear files, but they were a little bit more expensive. And I'm like, I really don't know where to put this. Even though I do know I have one of the illustrations saved in my reading journal because I loved it so much. So that was such an amazing thing. I'm like, boom, back-to-back wins. Yes. I should say like really exciting things. And I also saw a friend that I follow on Twitter had shared something about Lala, that Lala and Lala DX, that the September and October issues are going to be having 50th anniversary booklet. It says it's going to feature comments and special illustrations from different creators. There's also in the August issue, it's going to include an Oron keychain with a new illustration by the creator. So that was very exciting. So if you're a big Lala fan or just interested in celebrating the 50th anniversary, I know they have, I'm not sure if it's something like you can order, but they did have this booklet of sorts. It was like a flip through kind of thing. It reminded me of like a sketch pad, and it had from the very first Lala cover to the last one. I loved that. I absolutely adored that. I was like, I would buy whatever I need to just for that. I'm like, where would I display? I'm like, I don't know. So I didn't seriously look into it, but I think somebody I know did have it. It might be the same person because I love, somebody did like a transition from the first, like the early Lala covers to what they are now. It was very cool to see how it's changed. Just so cool. So I thought I'd share that because I'm not really sure how early you can pre-order these magazines or pre-order like the magazine with the booklet, but I thought like this is something that needs to be shared. And also I'm finally talking about some of the anime news because I don't think we talked about really about any of them last week. The first one is a brand new anime adaptation announcement, and I'm not really sure what the official title is. The translation here says, "How about you become a Takuni?" And this is a josei manga series. It is ongoing. We got a little bit of a special preview. It didn't really show much, but I'll still leave it linked in the corner if you would like to check it out. It says, at least online what I could find, a series of encounters with a magical Takuni that saves the hearts of those in need. I have heard from people who have read the series that's very moving. It's very touching. I'm like, I would love to have this in English because it sounds wonderful and emotional and just really, really inspiring and very good. We also got like a new key visual to celebrate the official announcement of the anime. We don't have an official like date though of when it's going to be airing, but it looked so good and I'm excited to hear more about this one. Same as this next one, Hana-Kimi Season 2. We got a brand new PV. I'll leave a link to the corner because the Twitter post, for some reason, they just didn't have it directly uploaded to it. The animation quality looked fantastic and it just looks really good. I still have not watched Season 1. Right now, I'm still trying to catch up on Always a Catch and Observation Log. Both have been currently airing this season. And I was very shocked to find, though, that Hana-Kimi, the second season's gonna be starting up here this July. I'm like, that is right around the corner. I was so very surprised on that one. So if you are ready for the second season and you love the first one, just know it is coming. It is coming. Same as this next one, A Witch in Mongolia. We got the second PV and wow, it was stunning. Very, very beautiful. I really loved how this anime seems like it's going to be. I know there was some news that there's going to be a special premiere at AX if you are going to it. Also going to be airing this July. And again, it just looked fantastic. This is a really good one. I think that if you really enjoy rich historical detail, this is one I would definitely suggest checking out. We also got a new key visual and I love the colors of this a lot. I don't know, I feel like it's just sort of different. I was trying to think of what is it that is really standing out to me about this key visual that just seems very engaging, and I don't know if it's maybe because we have some of that purple, because we have more of a like landscape behind the ladies. I'm not really sure what it is, but it looks very good. Again, this is going to be coming out this July. And not only that, so we have Hana-Kimi, A Witch in Mongolia. We also have Red River that's going to be airing and streaming this July, and we got a brand new key visual as well. I don't know who any of these guys are, and the lady at the bottom, I don't know who any of anybody is except for the female lead, but I think she looks so cool holding up that sword, having that cape behind her. I have heard very good things about her character, specifically. Some of the other characters I hear a little bit to be determined on, and it's I think going to range different for every person who watches, but it looks great. And I know this next one is going to be so good, and as though I am in a villainous, we sort of have, I guess, a new key visual here. Mainly I wanted to share this because it has been confirmed that Crunchyroll picked it up, and it's also going to be streaming in July, and I'm like, yes, I cannot wait. I just pre-ordered volume 9 of the manga yesterday. I am so excited for people to experience this story. I was very triggered when somebody called it villainous slop, and I'm like, oh, like, how dare you? I do not think this is villainous slop. I know that may not be the best coming from me in the terms of I like all the villainous stuff, but this one I really think even if you're not a fan of the villainous genre, I think you might still enjoy this one. It does have not a Apothecary Diaries kind of vibe, same setting though. It does have the same setting. There's a body swap. Raiden is very quirky. I just think just give it a try. Don't let the villainous tag please hinder you from giving it a shot. I cannot wait to see all of it in its beauty. It will be absolutely amazing. I have no doubts. And we do have a few cover reveals. And as I said before, Manga Mavericks had a new one, or a cover reveal for a upcoming series. I mean, volume 1 of Sinbad. I think it looks awesome. I didn't save it, but they did. If you look at the quote retweets, somebody did from the team share about like the behind the scenes of how they did the font text and and what they had to do to get this cover to be what it is right now, because I think they said they didn't have digital files. So I'm like, oh my goodness. So they had to remove different Japanese text, and I think it came out very, very great. I can't remember why I was so intrigued about this one. I do think it's like a time travel. Something about the guy goes back in the past. I believe something happens with a girl, I think is what happened. I pre-ordered on their website, and hopefully that means I will get it really early, because I'm like, I am very curious and wanting to try this very, very much. We also had 2 different cover reveals from Yen Press, with one of them being Hand in Hand with Muchan, Lessons from My Autistic Daughter. I'm very interested in trying this one. It reminds me of My Girlfriend's Child in the sense it's probably not something I would usually gravitate towards, but I loved how My Girlfriend's Child was just so eye-opening, so thought-provoking, inspiring, and really just came to life in a way that felt bigger than fiction. I feel like this would be the same way. I have really high expectations for this one because I really hope that it's just as thought-provoking and also fun as well, but ultimately just like really teaches me something and shows me something that I had just never thought of or had seen or ever imagined. The other one that we got is Pardon the Intrusion, I'm Home, Volume 1. I think somebody said that the anime just finished airing, and I know some people were bummed by that. I haven't tried the anime, but I have tried chapters 1 and 2 of the series, and I liked it. I liked the female lead. She was fantastic, and I love the cover that they have. I love how we have the designs in the corner. Of course, we have her with her pink hair and her pink eyes, and I do like how they have like the little banner at the top with the text. It just looks overall really, really nice. And then last but not least, we have Nana, the 25th anniversary edition of Volume 5, and it is absolutely incredible. This is by Viz Medium. It's Viz/Shoujo Beat. I love this cover. I think honestly it's my favorite one yet that we've gotten thus far. Just that like pink purplish sort of, I don't know if it's like magenta, but Hachi here looks absolutely incredible, and just I love it. I love it. This has definitely been a series. I don't think Nana would be something I would overly enjoy, but it is one that I do feel I should try one day and experience the heartbreak that everybody talks about. But I definitely, every time we get a new cover reveal, I so want to cave and just pick it up because of how much I love the covers of this anniversary edition. They are really, like, Viz is doing a really great job on it. And hopefully you saw some really exciting news in this video. I feel like K-Manga is just once again nailing it. And I did forget to mention that for the Veil story that I gushed about, we do have an official letter working on it. They shared it on Twitter. But yeah, lots of great things. I can't wait to see that license reveal from Manga Mavericks. Hopefully it's a win for us. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. Bye!